Andalusia. I can never get enough of the juice that runs down my chin from the peach I shared with my sister one Saturday morning in July, when the sun cleared the steeple and poured heat over us both as if it had been pierced. And the women shopping in the market gobbled around us, and the sellers hollered prices too fast to understand. She wore my old white shirt that was too small for her. The neck gapped open, and I felt embarrassed but didn't know why when a blue-black strand of hair, fallen like a wing, strayed down the front, and the man with the rabbits in cages, Dutch lops, leaned forward to look as she leaned down to look at them. The lame boy with the crutch in the square offered us his upturned palm, and she gave him our last peseta, but it didn't matter. We had enough. The peach was so ripe, the flesh was orange, and our hands were sticky until we rinsed them in the fountain, and she took mine in hers and said, "Here, let me." The water so cold it stung, but her fingers warmed mine, and that fragrance in the sunlight, now always hers. "I don't want to go back," she said. "Not yet." The day before I love you, my next-door neighbor's wife is dreaming of a new red dress, sleeveless. The mailman doesn't notice. Days and nights are inseparable as flames. The day before I love you, I'm in a foreign airport that sounds like a cathedral. Everyone is hugging or wheeling luggage, and no one meets my eyes. Fountain pens have been invented and forgotten. That day has no matching clothes, skips breakfast for a cigarette, cuts corners too closely on the way to work because the radio announcer keeps forgetting to announce the names of the love songs just played. The day before I love you, I am 21 for years. I am listening for my name to be pronounced correctly. It's 1952. My father is whistling in the driveway. My mother opens the linen closet and begins to sing. I used to have fun. I had so much of it. People would sometimes ask to borrow some, and I'd just give it to them. Say, "Give it." We'd come out of a movie or a dull party, and someone would say, "Well, that wasn't much fun." I'd give them all I had on me. After a while, I started saving it, kept a stash. It added up. I had so much fun, I couldn't remember where I put it all. Getting ready for work, I'd open the sock drawer, it's crammed full of fun. So I go to work in shoes with no socks. People talked. Got pulled over for speeding one day, reached into the glove compartment for my registration, and you guessed it, nothing but fun. Almost spent the night in jail. It was getting out of hand. So I got rid of it all. Gave it away to complete strangers in bus stations. Put the rest in garbage bags, and one night I dumped them by the side of the road. I didn't care if I got caught. I was desperate. Fun is too much trouble. I'm sticking with love. Speaking of which.
So does that mean love's no fun?
It means it's no trouble, Steve. Everybody means that. Speaking of which.
But trouble is fun.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. There was a Valentine's Day reading here back around Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact. And everyone was reading these love poems, and so I was moved to go back and write one myself. It's called Lovesick. When the vomiting stopped, I noticed the pustules on my thigh were already starting to ooze. So weak from dry heaves, I stayed on my knees driving the porcelain bus, my hair hanging down in the water. A grimy false eyelash fallen behind the toilet set me retching again. Brought tears to my eyes. Then came the black diarrhea. I staggered, and green bile forced its way up my throat and out my nose, caustic as an unfinished quarrel. There was nothing to do but strip down and cower, shivering and dripping in the bathtub. I remembered the last time we were here together, slippery with different fluids. It never occurred to me that one day it would look like this.